How do you feel about drill music and the culture that it represents these days? Because you grew up watching hip hop develop and everything, and it seems like there was more of a code before, like not celebrating necessarily pissing on your op's grave. You know what I mean? Like there's different things now that seems like there's no rules anymore.
Well, I mean, drill music. First of all, I don't like no song dissing the dead. I don't represent that. I refuse to represent something that like that. You know, now the drill music. There's drill music that got dope drill beats, but for the most part, I've heard some cool drill songs. But for the most part, like my era of hip hop, you can't. Is impeccable. You can't beat that.
Right. And the way that the culture has changed in the way that certain things are accepted that back in the day would not be accepted, right? Like somebody like a Takashi or these situations with the YSL case and everything. What is that like for you to witness hip hop now being okay with those things?
Well, I mean,
Because in the '90s and everything, like if those type of situations happen, your career is over.
the '90s we stood more on the foundation of strength and honor. But at the same time, in the '90s, you started to see your outposts. You had your Nicky Barnes. You see what I'm saying? So that was the begin. It was the beginning of the end of what dudes standing tall. My era was the beginning of the end of dudes standing tall. And then you got to keep in mind what the FBI did was they hit so many black communities. You hit the leader, you take the head, the body falls. So they took a lot of the heads, a lot of the brothers that were strong, that gave you something to look up to, that made you respect and you wanted to follow in their footsteps. And then they left the kids raising the kids.
Mm.
Then on top of that, so you got to understand something as well, right? Most of the people out here fighting ain't fighting for nothing that like when they say it in Spartacus, give me a glorious death. Nobody out here is fighting for something that you could say, if I died, I'd be a martyr. It's all nigga shit. Nigga shit with nigga mentality.
When you say that kind of mentality, can you give an example of what you mean by that?
The whole rap game, nigga shit. Nigga shit. To go in a like, I remember when one of them YouTubers was trying to call me dysfunctional, and they all say, "Oh, that nigga dysfunctional," and I had to break down to them. Now they saying my shit. Most black people are dysfunctional. For you to go in a studio, and every time you go in the studio, you writing a rhyme about selling drugs to your own people and shooting somebody that's struggling just like you, nigga, you're evil. You're dysfunctional.
So you don't buy the excuse of, hey, this is what I witnessed growing up. This is like me being a reporter saying things that I experienced and other people experience and how they could relate to it.
Most of these niggas that's still writing that shit is in their 30s and 40s and 50s now. It's dysfunctional. It's dysfunctional. Because the truth of the matter is, half these niggas that sit up there, them young boys, they bout that. These older niggas are full of shit.
Right.
Because if you told them, yo, let's get in the car, we 4 deep right now, we all got guns, and we gonna go air some shit out. Them niggas ain't getting in no goddamn car. They don't want to go to jail. They just want to sell you a gangster persona. Half these rappers ride around. You'll see some of these dudes ride around with they niggas, and then they got undercovers with them too. They got police with them too. Some of these dudes, you'll see them with their crew, but they got police with them too. You better understand that.
Back in the 2000s, they said hip hop police were like actual people that just watched hip hop and paid attention to the rappers and everything. Now they're saying that they're actually plants in the industry, right?
There's always been FBI. There's always been plant. They never allow a black person to be famous and not watch them, not control them. A wealthy a black man with money, and a black man with the mindset of Tupac Shakur is always going to be an enemy.
What about somebody like a Diddy or a Jay-Z?
Have you seen Diddy and Jay Z with their billionaire power do anything for the black community? No. All they do is push the agenda.